Most men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to the grave with the song still in them. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Every man is the builder of a temple called his body. We are all sculptors and painters, and our material is our own, flesh and blood and bones. The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. For our suspicions, we pay by finding what we suspected. Not until we are lost do we begin to understand ourselves. Cultivate the habit of getting up early. It is unreasonable to keep your head on the same level with your feet for a long time. This man is the richest, whose pleasures are the cheapest. You should rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to yourself than be crowded on a velvet cushion. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. It's not about what you look at, it's about what you see. What you get from an experience will be equivalent to what effort you put into it. As a single footstep will not make a path on the earth, so a single thought will not make a pathway in the mind. Happiness is capricious and unpredictable, like a butterfly. When you try to catch it, it eludes you, but if you distract yourself, it will fall right into your palms. It is we who grow better by the changes we make in ourselves. If you would convince a man that he does wrong, do right, men will believe what they see. The universe is wider than our views of it. Water is the only drink of a wise man. He drinks no wine because he understands where it can take him. Love must be as much a light as it is a flame. Live your beliefs, and you can turn the world around. I can alter my life by altering my attitude. He who would have nothing to do with thorns must never attempt to gather flowers. The only obligation which I have a right to assume is to do at any time what I think right. Do not be too moral. You may cheat yourself out of much life. Aim above morality. Be not simply good. Be good for something. A man has not everything to do, but something, and because he cannot do everything, it is not necessary that he should do something wrong. Our truest life is when we are in dreams, awake. What I have to do is to see, at any rate, that I do not lend myself to the wrong which I condemn. Must the citizen ever for a moment, or in the least degree, resign his conscience To the legislator, there are 1,000 hacking at the branches of evil, to one who is striking at the root. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign yourself to the influence of the earth. Heaven is under our feet, as well as over our heads. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone. Rather than love, money, fame, give me truth. For my greatest skill has been to want but little. I find it wholesome to be alone the greater part of the time. To be in company, even with the best, is soon wearisome and dissipating. I love to be alone. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. As if you could kill time without injuring eternity. Things do not change. We change. All men want not something to do with, but something to do, or rather, something to be. How many a man has dated a new era in his life from the reading of a book. Let us first be as simple and well as nature ourselves, dispel the clouds which hang over our brows, and take up a little life into our pores. Do not stay to be an overseer of the poor, but endeavor to become one of the worthies of the world. Books are the treasured wealth of the world and the fit inheritance of generations and nations. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. We are born as innocents. We are polluted by advice. Men are born to succeed, not to fail. Thank God men cannot fly and lay waste the sky as well as the earth. When we are unhurried and wise, we perceive that only great and worthy things have any permanent and absolute existence, that petty fears and petty pleasures are but the shadow of the reality. If a plant cannot live according to its nature, it dies, and so a man. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. We are constantly invited to be what we are. It is better to have your head in the clouds and know where you are than to breathe the clearer atmosphere below them and think that you are in paradise. Books must be read as deliberately and reservedly as they were written. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. Renew thyself completely each day. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. This curious world we inhabit is more wonderful than convenient, more beautiful than it is useful. It is more to be admired and enjoyed than used. How vain it is to sit down to write when you have not stood up to live. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. Dreams are the touchstones of our characters. All good things are wild and free. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. Disobedience is the true foundation of liberty. The obedient must be slaves. Nothing makes the earth seem so spacious as to have friends at a distance. They make the latitudes and longitudes. Write while the heat is in you. The writer who postpones the recording of his thoughts uses an iron which has cooled to burn a hole with. He cannot inflame the minds of his audience. I say, beware of all enterprises that require new clothes, and not rather a new wearer of clothes. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. It is never too late to give up your prejudices. This world is but a canvas to our imaginations. Could a greater miracle take place than for us to look through each other's eyes for an instant? I was not born to be forced. I will breathe after my own fashion. Let us see who is the strongest. Every generation laughs at the old fashions, but follows religiously the new. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. There is no remedy for love, but to love more.